Welcome back to another episode of the 100 Days Design Challenge. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, let's not forget we are still on product flyer design, right? Today we'll be creating a product flyer design for EcoFlow. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a new file and then take the custom here. I'm working with a square shape. Good. So now what I want to do is the first thing I'm going to do is add a background. I'm going to add a solid background of black. I'm just going to add a solid background of black. Okay. Good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to import a shape. So just take this shape, rectangle 2, then I'm going to drag across. Just going to drag. I think this is okay. All right. So you can. I want the color to be white. A right rectangle. So white rectangle. So you can just click your fill and adjust the shape. The color. I already have my color as white, so I'm not going to adjust that. Let's go to the corner here, and then I'm going to drag. So to drag this in, I'm just going to press Shift Control. So I'll just pull this in. Okay. So I'm going to do them do that again. Shift Control, then you pull in. So I want to pull this in at an angle of 60 degrees. Good. Yes. So I'm going to do the same thing for here too. So I'm going to do the same thing for this other corner here, 60 degrees. Don't forget. I'm just going to take this in. So 60. Alright, I think that's nice. That's okay. That's okay. Good. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import another rectangle. Then I'm going to drag and drop from here. Now rectangle, I'm just going to drag at this corner here and drop. Now the idea is I want to form. Let me change the color. Let me change the fill to gray. Let me use this. All right, so you can use my settings. So for this color, let's just get the color code. So this is the color code in case you are following. You are trying to replicate this design. Okay, now just go back and adjust this. So I'll just press my shift and adjust this to get to this tip here, right? And then I'll do the same here. Just adjust this here. So I think this is okay. This is good. I'm going to adjust this here. So shift to get to this tip. Alright, I think this is good. Okay. Now after that, I'm just going to duplicate this. Just press Alt and then duplicate this. So after duplicating this, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to align this to this other tip here. So what I'm just going to reduce this. Just compress this, press Shift, and then you drag this in until it aligns with this, and then you stop. Now we're going to increase this to so that this tip comes to this point here. So to do that, you just press Shift and Control, and then you pull down to get out 30 on the dot. So 30.0 should be it. So 30.0. So I think that's good. That's good to go. Now take note, while we are doing all this should be in front of these two. So I'm not going to adjust this, take this right in front of it. Now the next thing I'm going to do on this layer here, where I have the rectangle 1 here, I'm just going to add, where I have my layer style, I'm just going to click on it and then add an outer glow. So for outer glow, you can just copy my settings here. The reason why I'm doing that is to add this light effect. So you can just copy my settings here and then you press OK. When you're done copying the settings, just press OK. Alright. So that's that. And then the next thing I want to do here is I'm going to add a new layer. After the new layer, I'm just going to go to my brush tool. Now make sure your color is in white. You just click once on the brush tool. I'm just going to click once. Okay. So now after clicking once, next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to compress this. I'm going to compress this. Let me compress this. Alright, so I'm going to compress this. Good. So after compressing this, let me just rotate this. You are going to rotate at an angle of 90 degrees. So I'm just going to press Shift and then I'm going to rotate till it gets to 90 degrees. Okay. So let me just compress this a bit. Just reduce this a bit here. right, good. So you just add it at that point where these two rectangle meets each other. So let me just draw this down. So at the point where these two rectangle meet each other, that's where you're going to add it. Now I'm done with the top part, so I'm just going to duplicate this. So just press Alt and then you drag down. Good. So I'm going to duplicate this. This is okay here. This also I'm going to duplicate this. Just press Alt to drag down, but this time now let it be at this point. Good. And then this also I'm going to duplicate this. It's going to be at this point here. But then what we're going to do now, we're going to rotate this 90 the other way, 180 degrees. So just press Shift and then you rotate 180 degrees. Alright, so just rotate it. Once you're done rotating, that's it. Alright, that's it. This is what we wanted to do. Now let's not forget this light at this corner here. The same thing we did here, we're going to do. So just press Alt and then you duplicate this and then. So you just press Alt to duplicate this and then you drag and drop here. Alright. So that's also we're good to go for this one. We're good to go. Alright, so let's continue. Now the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to import the product. So the product I'm working with here is EcoFlow Delta 3 series. So I'm just going to drag this and drop side of my Photoshop. Alright, so I'm going to drag. Now let me increase the size. Alright, I think this is good. This is okay. So you just rotate it a bit. After adding it, you rotate it a bit. Let me reduce it a bit. Let me reduce this a bit. Alright. So I've added it now, I've reduced it. Good. So let me just drag this top part, let me just drag it and move it up a bit. So just press Shift and then you use your arrow key to move it up. That's good. That's okay. Alright. So now the next thing I want to do here is I want to edit this product I just added here. I'm just going to edit it. So I'm just going to come to my filter, come to my camera raw filter. So once my camera raw filter opens, once my camera raw filter opens, one of the main things I'm going to edit in here is the exposure. It's looking like the body is too bright, so I'm just going to reduce the exposure a bit. I'm going to reduce the white light. I don't want it to be too white. The white light is on it is too much. The highlight I can reduce it to. Okay, so reduce the highlights, then you can increase the clarity. All right, so increase the clarity, the texture, increase it. Okay, and then we're good to go. I think we're good to go. Let's press OK. Alright, let it take effect. So once it's done taking effect, you are going to see the difference here. So let me just close this so I can see the difference. So this was it before and this was it after the edit. Alright, so now the next thing we are going to do here is now to my EcoFlow Delta 3 series. I'm just going to let me take this out of here. So to my EcoFlow Delta 3 series, what I'm going to do is right on this, I'm going to add a curve. I'm going to add a curve. Now when I add a curve, I'm going to increase it because I want a bright light. All right, since I want the light to reflect on it, so I'm going to increase this. All right, let me increase to this point. Good. Then after increasing this, just go back to my layer. I'm going to clip it directly to my EcoFlow 3. So I'm just going to create a clipping mask here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to invert this. So just press Ctrl I to invert it. Okay. Now after inverting, I'm going to just wipe off the top here because since the light is reflecting from here, I want the light to reflect at the top here. So I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to take my brush tool. I'm going to invert this and then let me reduce the size. So I'm just going to wipe the top here. Okay, the reason why I'm wiping the top there is because of the light that's showing from up here, so it's like the light is reflecting at this top part. So the same thing, I'm going to duplicate this again, the curve here. I'm going to duplicate it. Just press Ctrl J to duplicate. Now after duplicating, I'm going to clip it again. Let me clip it again. Good. So now I'm going to delete this layer here, delete and add a new layer. After the new layer, I'm going to invert it, Control I to invert it. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did here, but these are just the tip. So I'm going to increase. So what I'm going to do there, I'm just going to reduce my brush here. I'm just going to wipe the tip here. Wipe the tip. Let me reduce this a bit. I think it's too much. Alright, I think that's good to go. So we're good to go there. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a shadow at this bottom part here. So what I'm just going to do there is I'm going to add a new layer. On the layer, I'm going to take my brush. Let me increase my brush. Increase the brush, and then since the layer it's a shadow, right? So it's going to be a dark color. So let me just put it here. So you can copy my color codes. Just press OK, and then you click just once. So after clicking, I'm just going to compress this. Okay, so I'm going to use my shift to reduce this. So I'm just going to reduce this. All right, I'm going to reduce the size. So I'm just going to reduce the size. So I'm just going to reduce the size and then drag and drop right under here. Alright, I think this is good. Okay, let me just adjust this a bit. Let me reduce this. Let me reduce this and let me place this here. Let me take this up. Alright. So I think this is good. This is good. Now the next thing I'm going to do here, after adding the light and adding all these effects, so I'm going to do here, I'm just going to take my shape tool, take my rectangle tool, and then just draw the shape across this. Alright, so the color, I'm going to just change my color of the shape. So I think I'm going to use, okay, let me use this. I think this is okay. I think this is nice. Or so I think this is nice. So the color code for this is 484848. Okay, so I'm not going to take this. I'm going to rotate this. Let me just cancel this. So I'm going to rotate this, place this here. I'm going to duplicate this again. Just press my Alt key, duplicate this, place this here. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate this again. Sorry. So I'm going to duplicate this again. Just press your hand, place your hand on Alt, and then you drag to duplicate. Or you use Ctrl J, just like I said earlier. To duplicate, use Ctrl J. So I'm just going to rotate this. Alright. I'm going to rotate this to form. Rotate this until I'll copy this. Okay, alright, I'm gonna rotate it to it. Alright, I think this is okay. Alright, so this is okay. Now this one in the middle here, we're just going to send it behind this EcoFlow and the boxes that I have there. So I'm just going to take this now. I'm going to drag this and send it to the back, just right on top of the background. Now I'm going to place it there. So I'm going to place that there. Let me raise this up. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do here is, you see, since this is behind, of course there should be a shadow at these corners here, right? There should be a shadow at these corners. So to do that, to show that these are the these things are the front of it, so to do that, I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to add a new layer on top, right on top of it. Okay, now this layer, I'm just going to take my brush to change the color to black, and then okay, so I'm going to reduce my brush to here, and then once I get it, I'll just click. Okay, that's too much, so just click. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here too. Just click. All right, then behind this EcoFlow, so I'll just click so that it's coming. All right, All right, so I think we're good to go there. We're good to go. So let me just rotate this a bit. It's looking like it went out too much. I'm going to rotate this a bit. I think this is better now. This is better. So now to this one in front here, this rectangle in front here, what I'm going to do to this rectangle, I'm just going to go to my glow. So inner glow. Now I'm going to add an inner glow. All right. So once I add my inner glow, so you can copy my settings here. So for the blend mode, soft light, opacity, increase it. Just copy my settings and then you press OK. So I'm going to do the same thing to this inner glow. Also add inner glow. All right, so I'm just going to press OK. Now once I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the name. So it's EcoFlow, right? So I'm going to go to my text effect here. My text here, I'm just going to come to my canvas, click and then press ECO. Okay, let me use the capital letters. So ECOFLOW, and then let me change the color. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to change the color to white. Change the color to white. Good. All right. So I'm going to increase. Let me just rotate this an angle of 90 degrees. So just press Shift and rotate it 90 degrees. Let me increase the size of the text. Okay, I'm going to increase the size of the text. So this is okay. Now I'm going to move this behind these two rectangles here, this and this. Okay, so that it shows like it's coming from inside. So I'm just going to go to my layer where I have my EcoFlow text. I'm just going to drag and drop right behind these two rectangles. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. But this is what I'm talking about. Good. So once I've added that, all right, so now you can go further. If you feel like it's too empty for you, or you want to add more, you can go further to just click on this and then maybe add inner glow. So you can add inner glow, sorry, I mean outer glow, or other inner glow, outer glow of white, so it looks like there's light reflecting on the side. All right, so you can copy the setting if you feel okay with it. Do the same thing here. I'm just going to copy the settings. So inner outer glow, just click. Okay, so let's do the same thing with this also. Just add inner outer glow, sorry. Alright, so if you wish, but I'm just going to let go of the glows. I don't need them. I think it's okay like that. So I'm just going to the outer glow. I'm just going to the outer glow. I'm just going to close this. Please do the same here and do the same thing here. The outer glow. I don't want something too loud, so I'm going to do the same thing here. All right. So with this, I'm done with the design. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. So to take a screenshot, Shift Control Alt E. Shift Control Alt E to take a screenshot. Now after taking the screenshot, what you want to do, so the reason why I'm taking the screenshot is so I can edit it independently. So I'm going to take this screenshot. After the screenshot has been taken, if you come to the top layer here, you're going to see the screenshot you just took. So I'm going to go to my filter, I'm going to go to my camera raw filter. So once my camera raw filter opens, I'm just going to increase the texture a bit, increase the clarity. Okay, so it was too clear. So let me leave the clarity. Let me reduce the exposure. Let me reduce the exposure and let me increase the clarity. I think this is okay. Alright, okay. So just let it take effect. Good. I think this is okay. Now the next thing I want to do here is I'm just going to duplicate this layer that I screenshotted. I'm just going to duplicate it Alt. So that I can duplicate, can just press Ctrl J. So to duplicate, you can just press Ctrl J. So just press Ctrl J to duplicate. Let me just click that layer and then Ctrl J to duplicate. Now after duplicating it, this layer on top here, I'm just going to go to my filter. Go to my filter gallery. All right. So let's go to your filter gallery. You come to this place where you have distort. Then you pick glass. And then you press OK. So you can always adjust it from here. So you use this my adjustment. Increase distortion to 10. smoothness to 3 and all of that. So just press OK after you're done with that. Good. So now this one behind here, since I have an extra behind already, so this one on top right here, I'm just going to go to my brush tool. I'm going to create a layer mask on top of it. Go to my brush tool, make sure it's on white, and then I'm just going to go change this to black, and then I'll just shade at this point here. So this I'm doing that, I want to expose only the EcoFlow. Every other thing can be on the background. So after doing that, now take note, the reason why I have this at the back is so that once I'm erasing this here, what is at the back will still take effect. Okay, what's at the back will still take effect. So I'm just going to leave that at that. So I think with that we are done with this design. Let me just add my sub logo here. I'm just going to take this and then I'm going to add it at this corner here. Let me put it here. I think this is better here. This is here. Let me reduce this a bit. So with that, we've come to the end of this design. So make sure to like, share and subscribe, and also hit the notification button so that anytime we post a new video, you will get the notifications. Thank you very much for staying till the end. I'll see you in the next video.